doing? Are you employed? Or are you trying to get employed?
I'm currently looking for a job. So I worked before in GIS field. I relocated to Canada, and it feels like new graduate.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, and it feels tough,
Yeah.
hard.
And you feel alone, probably, because I remember I felt alone. So,
Uh, yeah, a little bit. I mean, not just a little bit.
hey, there you are.
Yeah. The simplest way to explain people what are you doing is just say, okay, cartography. And then people like, okay, it's kind of like maps, and they try kind of understand. But in reality, it's quite wide field. So many things you can learn. And right now I'm trying to understand where I want to go, what stream to choose. Is it right? Is this right now or no? And it's like so many things: WebGIS, uh, lidar, drones, satellite images, and all of that things. And you're like, oh my gosh, I need this and that and that. And it's like mind blowing, and you just try to figure out how. And yeah, it's a little bit tough, frustrating, and
Yeah.
at some point scary.
Yes. So those of you who just joined us, I'm noticing people popping in. So thank you so much. Hello, everybody. What we're doing is we are going to get you hired. So that's what we're here for. But I want to let you know this is not a program. I would love to put a program together for you because I've done a program 4 years ago, and then I did a program 3 years ago, and then I got deep diving into Survey 123 and selling that program. So now I'm back here because we are waiting for Survey 123, the next version, to come out before I start dialing that in. So this is a perfect time for me. So what I want to do is you can be my Jedi Council for this program. I need people to tell me what you want to know and where you want to go with this program when we started out. So I only had 5 people who I actually invited. So look at you. We have 3 of you. That's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. I wanted to keep it small so that everybody can put their feedback in and let us know. And then we can meet another time if that's something we want to do and dial in whatever my thought process was, because I build apps. I know that the customer has different ideas than what I actually did. So we can meet again and kind of soften everything so that it works specifically for you. So since we only have 30 minutes, I'm going to go through these slides because they're questions for you that I want you to ponder on this. So what I want you to do is I want you to think of your superpower. You can only have one, because Maria and I were just talking. She says, there's LiDAR and there's, photogrammetry and there's drones and there's all this stuff. What do I do? And for me, I have ADHD, and it's like, oh, shiny object, shiny object, shiny object. And I get nowhere. So what I want to do is I want you to figure out what that one thing is that you do, because we want to market you as that one thing. Yes, sure, you can figure out everything else. And once you get hired, they're going to teach you what you need to know anyways. So let's get you out there and do what's that one thing? Now, if you're a student and you haven't quite figured it out yet, you can also include things like Photoshop, Excel, editing videos, writing how-to documents, because every business out there needs that. So make sure that you have an idea of what you're doing. And then what we want to do is we want to warm up your LinkedIn. Because as soon as you start warming up your LinkedIn, you have GIS people following you. And as long as you keep putting things out there, once in a while, you can do once a week or you can do once every 2 weeks, whatever's comfortable for you. And then people are going to start following you. I know that LinkedIn is a long game. So what we're going to do is we want to warm up your LinkedIn while we work on your resume, while we work on your job skills, while we work on your presentation. Because when you get into that interview, something I found, and this was an accidental mistake, this is an accidental good thing. I created a little PowerPoint for a project of mine. And when I went into one of my job interviews, I actually got to share with them that presentation. That changed my life. And I think it could change yours too. I don't want them looking at my big face on Teams, 4 people looking at me wondering, is she a good fit for me? All of that. Instead, I made them focus on the screen, what I was showing them. And I'm all, oh yeah. And I could talk through that slide. Doesn't that feel better about I'm in this interview, you're all looking at me, and now my face got just as small as everybody else's, and now we're looking at that big screen, what we're showing. How does that feel? I love that. Okay. So when you go into your interviews, I want you to know, if you don't want them looking at you, give them something else to look at. So do you all have your one thing? Give me a thumbs up. I know some of you are working, so you can still listen. I'm going to assume, thumbs up to you. I'm going to assume that you have your one superpower, whatever that is. I want you to think about that. You can write it on a piece of paper if you don't know, or if you're kind of thinking about what you want your one superpower to be. If it's GIS, it's whatever you're passionate about in GIS. Now, what is your biggest passion now? If you guys want to come off of mute, let me know. Just like 2 sentences. What do you need to know right now? What is that thing that you want me to teach you right now or in our next session so that you can get off and running? What is the biggest thing that you want?
I think for me, especially right now, it's how can I approach like the recruiters, or how can I, kind of meet the requirements for at least for an internship. For me right now, it's way more difficult because I'm not a citizen. Um, I'm an international student.
Okay.
So the path, it's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah,
So
you need that special
yeah,
document that they'll send in to say, yes, we want her. We're going to keep her in our country for however long that is, right?
yeah, but right now I just don't need it. I have the OPT and I have a CPT, so I just have to go and do the internship.
Okay.
But I just want to know, and what I need. I mean, I'm studying for ArcGIS Pro, and I'm using like the mock, the learning center,
Mm-hmm.
the Esri Learning Center.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to, dig it in and get a lot of certificates and upload to my LinkedIn. But it's a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm making mistakes. I don't know.
Okay. No, this is beautiful because I think we all start there. In fact, I have my husband's story map. I'll share that with you next week. But I have his story map because I went into GIS about 10 years ago. He just finished his master's at Long Beach, and he built this beautiful story map, and it was lovely. And one of the pages is all his certificates. And that just shows he was really interested in, making sure that he was knowledgeable. So good for you. Make sure you save all those little certificates because it's a good thing. The one thing I notice is when you're getting those certificates, people will post them on LinkedIn. Hey, I got this one certificate. And we're going, hey, that's great. Woo. And then crickets, because that doesn't tell us anything. And I'm sorry, but I'm here to help you get there because I went through this. In fact, I'm kind of going through this right now in a different pattern. I'm actually going out for RFPs, their proposals that counties come out to. So I'm going through the job interview process just in a different way. So keep all that in mind. I'm going to go through this with you exactly the way that you're going through it because right now that's where I am. So we're going to get to work through it, and we can fail together, but we can also succeed together. And just if you will take it from me, and if I tell you to do something and you want to do it, go for it because it'll get you there faster. The thing for today, our little homework that we're going to do, it's outside your comfort zone, but it'll get you into LinkedIn faster. Maria, what do you need from us?
I have 12 years of experience in GIS, in ArcGIS, mapping for some QGIS, FME, but all of that was without like certifications. It was like self-education. in practice at work. So you just already have the program and you start digging all the tutorials, everything. So you already have it. So how to show the recruiters my experience, because that I capable to do even more.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned like what you're the strongest. Maybe it's not just programs, but that I can dive deeper in field, so I can achieve what. So I have a task and I'm digging and digging until I finish it. So it's kind of not hard skill, but a little bit more soft skill. Well, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A combination. Um, how to show that I'm capable
Okay.
to do in any other company. I guess that's the main question.
Okay. No, that's good because that everybody's going to get, we're all going to get there. And I love that because we can help each other. You remember that question I said, what was your superpower? Some people do videos, they do video editing, they do the things that aren't quite GIS-y, but us in this community, I know there's only a few of us right now, but that's because this is, I want to dial in what you want. But I want to share with you that we're all going to help each other. And I think that's what I missed when I was in your guys' positions, your ladies' positions, was that I didn't have anybody to bounce ideas off of. So we want to have a little community and we want to make sure that we all help each other. What we're going to do is talking about warming up your LinkedIn. So I want you to get on camera sometime this week and I want you to do an introduction to your LinkedIn group. If you have GISers in your other social medias, you can use the same interview that you're going to do that you love. What I want you to do is I want you to get that video and I want you to post it. I'm going to show you how to to promote yourself on LinkedIn, which will warm up your algorithm. Just know that if you don't get a whole lot of thumbs ups or warm, fuzzy feelings, don't worry about it because you haven't warmed up your LinkedIn yet. It'll probably go out to 2 people. And if those 2 people don't do any kind of emoticon or watch your video, it's going to be very quiet. Mine is still up there from 4 years ago. And it is cringeworthy. Nobody ever finds it. But I'm going to show it to you in just a second here. When you do your introductions, if you get more comfortable with it, try and do one every so often. I do mine once a year because I get all these new people that are coming into my LinkedIn and I want to share what my growth is. But I also like it for myself because then I can see the history of where I've come. All right, how did I introduce myself? So I said, hello world. And for those of you who are doing a little programming, hello world is the first thing we learn. So when you say hello world, the GIS community knows exactly what you're talking about. And it's kind of a pattern interrupter because people go, oh, wait, I know what that is. Let me listen to what this person has to say. And so kind of keep that in mind. And then say, hello world, my name is, and then say something. You could even say, I'm an expert at, and take that one superpower and say that. And if you're a graduate student, you can say, I'll be graduating soon. And let me think you guys are reading that part. Anyways, when you say I'm an expert at, it catches people's interest. And even if it's not GIS-able, it might be adjacent. You could say, I'm an expert at this, but I'm learning Survey 123, or you guys wouldn't you could learn Survey 123, but you could say, but I'm learning photogrammetry in school right now. Or whatever that passion is that you think in GIS. All you're doing is introducing yourself. It might feel awkward. I don't know. I don't know how you feel on camera, but just when you talk to yourself on your phone, just grab your phone, do a little video. Nobody else is going to see it. And then I like to go out somewhere beautiful and I like to walk and I'll hit the record button and I'll talk to myself. I want to let you know, when you look at mine on LinkedIn, I'm actually flirting with myself, but it looks like I'm talking to you. But I'm flirting with myself because I have to remember to smile. Remember to watch where I'm going, so I'm looking like this. But it gets to be fun. And so if you can just remember, hello world, my name is, I'm an expert at. And then I want you to say, I enjoy and what you enjoy. And I don't want you to say all sports because not everybody resonates with sports. I'm going to tell you mine. Hello world, my name is Michelle Williams and I'm a Survey 123 Jedi. I mountain bike, I walk the docks in Newport Beach, California. I've been scrapbooking since high school with my mom. And my favorite day to scrapbook is Super Bowl Sunday. And that's because I like to watch the commercials. Last year, I started painting squigs while my son built his Tau faction. Do you have any idea what a squig is? Or did you say, I need to Google that? That intrigued somebody. They're all, I didn't know what a squig was until I Googled it. So a squig is my son. I have 2 sons. And we have 5 minutes. I can't talk about my sons too long. Anyways, that's a squig, and you just paint them. And he has like a little army. Anyways, this is a squig. And I told him, I go, I don't want to paint people. I want to paint, these awesome animals. And so I asked ChatGPT, hey, if you made a squig for Survey 123, what would that look like? And it made this little creature. And I said, ooh, that's a lot of fun. I said, can you put me in my layer, painting my squig? It even got pink or green paint on my fingers. So I just thought that was a lot of fun. Did you see how I included little bits of different areas? I didn't say all sports because not everybody does sports, but I wanted to include that I was a cool mom and include my squig fashion. The sweet spot is about 4. So, 1 sport, 1 hobby, 1 thing you do outside, and something else if you want. Be mindful that you're not trying to sell something. I know when I was a student, I wanted to share all the cool things that I was doing and what I could do for you. I don't want you to do that. Not here. I just want you to introduce yourself to the community. And then, oh, you can tag me if you'd like. And the best way to tag me, I'm going to just put this over here because that's kind of fun to know. Says feel free to tag me. Because what happens is when you tag somebody, the thing that you just did, that video, now it's going to go down to my folks. And my folks are all GIS folks. It's not going to go huge yet because the algorithm sees that you're warm and that you connected with somebody who's hot, or yours is cold and you're connected with somebody that's hot. So you might have 2 that go down yours. It's kind of like one of those pyramids that you see people do. It'll go down to 2 people in your group and it might go down to 10 in mine. And if people start thumbs upping and all of that, they're going to start looking at you. And that's what we want. We want them to look at you. Oh, side note, always ask permission before you tag somebody in your videos, unless you're saying like a thank you. Like if you're going to use, if you want to do, tagging someone just because they have a lot of content followers or contacts feels creepy to the recipient. Trust me. People do that to me sometimes and I'm all, I don't even know who you are. And it wasn't a thank you. It's just like, oh, I'm going to add, these 5 people. And it just feels wrong. So if you're going to do something like that, get permission so that they will respect that. And then, and they will push it out for you because you were so kind to ask. You can also do this with intention. So if you're going to ask, if you want to say thank you to a professor, you can do that and put your school in there. Just say, hey, thanks, so-and-so. And you can @ them, do a little @ symbol for showing us this really cool thing that you showed us. Go Bulldogs or go, because we're Bulldogs. And then I could put at University of Redlands. Now it's going out to 2 people, somebody specific at the school. And the algorithm's watching how you do this because it wants to make sure that you're doing it appropriately. You're not just adding people in there. And then show us what you learned, something cool. Okay, now we only have 1 minute, so I better hurry. I'm going to show you this video. See if you can hear it.
Welcome. My name is Michelle Williams, and I'm a map ninja. I play with data on maps all day long, and my specialty is creating apps for inspectors to go out and collect data on infrastructure. So they're going to go out and do an inspection, and they're going to find things that are wrong, They're going to take pictures of that, and then they're going to send all that data to the cloud. And once that goes to the cloud, I can see it on my end, and I can tell exactly where they were when they were doing it. And we know where infrastructure is. There might be a power pole, there might be a hydrant.
I will send that out just so that everybody has it, but that was a lot of fun. I saw the question, and I want to ask if we have any suggestion for improving a resume for somebody. Yes. Additionally, I'm trying to be more active on LinkedIn. Perfect. Haven't posted much before, but would be okay to start sharing my GIS projects regularly. Let's do the introduction first, and let's meet back here. Can we meet back here next week? Would that be okay, about the same time? And we will work on some of the resume pieces, because I have some cool tools that I want to show you. And if you want anybody else to come in here, just forward that email and let them come in. We're just building this out, so trying to figure out what works for you. 5 plus whoever you want to invite next week. That's how I'm going to build my program. So I'll ask you more questions. I'll teach you a little bit, and make sure that I leave you going home with something awesome. So this is my body of text. That's the prompt that I used. I will send that out to you. Would you like to meet again? We said yes. If you have any feedback, or you think of things as you percolate throughout the week, go ahead and email me. And then if anybody has any questions, I'm going to stay on and answer those questions for you. But I'll let you go if you need to go.
Sure. Thank you for today. I'm going to try to make the videos this week and see how it goes. And I'm for sure tag you, since you say it's okay. So maybe, I can be, in others' profiles, and maybe find a way to be more involved with the GIS community.
Beautiful. I love that. How about you two ladies?
Thank you very much. I will try to do the video. It's so unusual for me, but I'll try to do that.
It's pretty unusual. Believe me, I would make a text.
Well, let me tell you why we do this. My thought process is, do the things nobody else will do. If you scroll your LinkedIn, how many people are getting on there showing their face without the blurred background? You know what I mean? We know, like, and trust people we can see and talk to.
That's true.
No, yeah, not too much. I mean, or just few maybe. And
yeah. Perfect. All right. I'm so excited that we are all here, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you too. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
thank you
Have
very
a great
much,
day.
Michelle.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.